So, as predicted, they try to hit Raven Liberty with the witness tampering. But, bruh, something ain't making sense. Let's get into all the paperwork. Bruh, this all stems from, you know what? I don't want to spoil it. Let's go. Shout out to Bryson Boom Paul, man, for always keeping that info. Shout out to my dog, man. YNW Melly retrial. YNW Melly's attorney, Raven Liberty, is under investigation for witness tampering and directing gang activity. According to search warrant, the investigation stems from the unmasking of Detective Danny Polo during the original Melly trial. Polo was brought in to testify as a state witness. He took the stand wearing a black mask with the purpose of keeping his identity unknown to prevent threats on him and his family's life. He would be unmasked during testimony after a photo of him unmasked was discovered on his wife's Cash App account. Issued by Broward Sheriff, the 10-page search warrant claims Liberty's Apple iCloud account records was obtained and reviewed by the state to gather evidence related to alleged criminal activities. The investigation included the search for the following: any images or references to Detective Danny Polo or his family, any searches for realtors as it relates to Detective Danny Polo, any searches for Cash App as it relates to Detective Danny Polo or his family, any searches for Jacob Cherry, better known as 1090J, any reverse phone numbers searches for Detective Danny Polo or his family. The criminal investigation has YNW Melly in the position to choose if he would like to move forward with his legal team for his retrial. So here you go right here. We just gonna get straight into it. So it says directing the activities of a criminal gang. The investigation does not involve a prohibited violation as defined in Cal Penal Code 629.51, but rather concerns tampering with witnesses and directing the activities of a criminal gang. Grounds for issuance: pursuant to FS 933.02, property has been used as a means to commit any crime and or property constitutes evidence relevant to proving that a felony has been committed. Dang. So pursuant to Florida statutes, as well as the United States and California statute, a judge of the Circuit Court of Florida has jurisdiction to issue a search warrant for the account to be searched. An out-of-state corporation that provides electronic communication services or remote computing services to the public, which possesses records that would reveal the identity of the customers using those services, data stored by or on behalf of the customers usage of those services, or the recipients or destinations of communications sent to or from those customers, and that such warrant shall be executed by civilian personnel employed at account to be searched and at the out-of-state corporation that provides electronic communication services or remote computing services to the public. Property sought: the affaint is authorized to seize the below described evidence pursuant to Florida statute, as well as United States and California statute, which compel out-of-state electronic communication service or remote computing service that provides such services to the public to provide information requested pursuant to search warrants, court orders, or subpoenas issued in the state of Florida. However, because the out-of-state electronic communication service or remote computing service provider has no reasonable means to distinguish evidence of the crimes from any other records contained.
Hey, yo, you. Can you subscribe and turn on that bell too? Because when you do, you're helping unbiased, independent news.
Within the sought-after account, the affaint is authorized to compel the service provider to seize a copy of all records pertaining to the account and provide the entry of records to your affaint. Once the affaint has obtained those records, the affaint and or other agents authorized to execute this warrant or to assist therein shall conduct an actual search of the items obtained from the out-of-state electronic communication service or remote computing service provider in order to sort the evidence of the crimes articulated below and specifically sought herein, which may be intermingled with innocent or I don't even know how to say that, innocuous documents or records. I don't know how to say innocuous, but whatever. As such, there are two sections below, the first of which articulates what the out-of-state electronic communication service or remote computing service provider is obligated to produce to the affaint. Detective blank blank. The second section articulates more specifically the particular property sought, which shall be executed by the affaint and / or the affaint's colleagues after the affaint receives the item sought from the out-of-state service provider. Property provided by Apple Inc. Device registration information, including but not limited to customer information, names, addresses, email addresses, and telephone numbers, date of registration, purchase date, and device type, including any associated IMEI or ESN. Apple ID and related account details, including email addresses, account status, age, associated device information, serial number, and browser type. Apple-based and third-party applications downloaded, Apple Media Services purchase. We ain't even do all that. They just basically saying activation data, connection logs, my Apple ID, FaceTime logs, location information, health data, fitness data, device analytics, purchase history, iCloud data. That's subscriber information, mail logs, and all this stuff and everything like that. Contacts, calendars, bookmarks, map search history, messages, device settings, Safari browser history, photo stream, iCloud photo library, iCloud Drive, device settings, ISO device backups, iCloud backups, Apple Watch backups, voice memos, iMessage. That's everything that you can get within that, from the times to phone numbers to incoming and outgoing communication, associated Bluetooth devices, wearable devices such as an Apple Watch or a Fitbit. And we're going to keep on going. This is kind of the same things. Recordings of account user with Siri. I didn't even know they could do that. Apple Incorporated shall disclose the above responsive data, if any, by sending it to, and they just talk about the person. Search to be concluded by law enforcement, device registration information, including but not limited to customer information, names, addresses, email addresses, telephone numbers, data registration, purchase date, and device type, including any associated IMEI or ESN. So there you have it, man. So here you go. This is where you want to see right here the proof of all this crap, right? So we're going to skip. We're just going to kind of like bounce through this because I don't want to make this so super verbose, because it's basically a bunch of stuff already been said. So number 2 talks about just having an Apple ID and all related account details, searches within the Apple apps. So yeah, but here's where there's the proof of all of this stuff. They want any images or references to Detective Danny Polo or his family, any searches for realtors as it relates to Danny Polo, searches for cash apps as it relates to Danny Polo, searches for 1090 Jake, any reverse phone numbers, searches for Danny Polo and his family. And then it says identify the identity of the account holder and presumably the users of said account at the time of the offense. So you had that, and then it says we're just going to basically go through the highlighted stuff. Well, we kind of skipped it a little bit. Photo stream data to include videos and other media, as well as metadata, notably any images that would identify the primary user of the device, or any images depicting Detective Danny Polo or his family members, messages from February 13th, 2019 to present related to witness tampering, notes related to Detective Danny Polo and his family members, including phone numbers, cash apps, social media, and witness tampering. So then it says device location and the date, time, and any digital images were taken from February 13th, 2019 to present in order to establish primary user of the device. And that's pretty much it. Let's just get into it. So in the mornings, I'm going to start dropping the ASAP Rocky videos and stuff like that. So the morning after, because they go into the late part of the day. Most of my audience is on the East Coast and in the South, and they ain't trying to hear that. They want videos right now. Bruh, first off, let's understand something. Even if all this stuff that she's alleged to have done was true, the only part that connects would be cash apps. That's it. The world was watching the YNW Melly trial at the time because we ain't seen nothing like this with a rapper before. We heard about it with like King Von and all this stuff, and the gangsterism of Tupac shooting 2 off-duty officers, or the murder trial with Snoop Dogg, which technically would have been the first one, but everybody's too young to remember that. So this was it before the YSL RICO trial. With that being said, that would be the only thing that they can do. I believe if she had something to do with this, she would have already been arrested. You want to know how I came to this conclusion? I got you. Because Portland is locked up. That's why. Because they arrested YNW Melly's girlfriend because they believe that they witness tampered with her. They already have YNW Melly, YNW Portland, the girlfriend, and the other dude, I can't think of his name right now, as all co-conspirators to all of this stuff. I'm starting to truthfully believe that, bruh, all of this really started after YNW Melly's girlfriend's mama came out and started saying all of that stuff with no proof. And they just basically, and I'm not saying it's true or untrue, I don't know. But basically, I believe that's where all of this stuff stemmed from. And they were pissed when 1090 Jake exposed the freaking, when he exposed the guy who was basically the detective. So I believe when that happened, that's when they got pissed. But one thing Jake did that saved his skin, bro, I ain't talked to Jake in a minute. That's still the homie. Bruh, hey. Nigga, exposing people in never mind. We ain't even finna do all that. Jake know what he doing. He a grown man. Hey, shout out. But I ain't got no advice for him. Hell nah. F all that. When Danny Polo got exposed, it set the internet on fire. But what's thoroughly shown was that the way in which he was found out was through a freaking Cash App that they put out. So if anybody's in trouble, it should be the state. If she really did something, they would have already arrested her. That's why they try to keep it under the wraps. That's why I believe they're really searching not only for that, but for strategy. Because think about it. How important would it be to note and to know that this woman has not been charged nor arrested for any of this a whole year later as they're trying to keep it under wraps? Now, with that being said, could she be guilty? She could. Do I believe that? Hell no. No. And even if she was searching for Detective Danny Polo and all this crap and everything like that, that could be that could 100% be strategy. Because if I'm able to search you up, I get to look at who you're affiliated with, who you like, who you dislike, what you may have said on social media. So then you, as the witness, who is a law enforcement officer, you're supposed to be unbiased. You may have your bias parts because you are literally an agent of the law, but not only you're an agent of the law, you've garnered proximity to these individuals that you 100% could dislike somebody because you're no longer an officer, you're human. And everybody has people that they like or have affinities towards, and people that they like people that they dislike, and will show you that they dislike because we're all human. That's one thing that I believe is going on, that I think if they even seen that she searched his name up, that if she does get arrested for it or all this crap, which I believe she'll be questioned about it, all she would have to do is say, it's for strategy, I searched his name. Because if they don't see a cash link to anything, then nah. And y'all remember the attorney who got arrested for the YSL stuff with Nicole Fegan, when she was basically arrested and hit with gang stuff and all that. They're overcharging when they say that stuff. Nothing about any of that crap that I read said gang at all. Just like Nicole Fegan, when she said whatever she said and she got arrested and posted bond, do y'all know she beat those charges and just represented a YSL member, got his bond and all of that stuff and everything? I mean, got his freaking plea deal done, took his, what the hell is it called? Took his probation and got up out the way. So I believe this is one of those tactics to get away with it because they can. Because the state is what the state is, and that's bullies. They want you to capitulate to what they want you to capitulate to. They will always overcharge you because they learn from their big brothers, aka the feds. If they ain't found the Cash App stuff yet, if they ain't found the Apple Pay yet, if they ain't found none of this stuff yet, if they ain't found an email directing somebody to make a payment towards this and towards that, because that's what the emails are going to try to be, is coordination. That's all that is. It's like if you were the big homie and you say, hey, Seti Nash, man, I got this case right now, and what I want you to do is I want you to find this person and pay him this amount of money. That's what they're looking for. Now, you watching, you ain't that damn dumb. Not that dumb. Some of us that had our moments, and I'm one of the dumbest people on the internet. I'll say that right now. But I don't think anybody watching this would be that doggone stupid. I'm the person who sometimes will look for my phone while it's in my hand. That's how dumb I get at times. But I don't even see this being a thing because it's taking so long. I believe 100% what they said in court, and that is that this freaking woman is being investigated so that they can learn strategy. Because if it is revealed that she searched up Polo and all of this stuff and everything like that, that she was trying to tie it in the cases to show that this dude has a like and dislike for these individuals, and if they can connect the dots there, that will literally make sure that that witness never pops back up. It's called strategy, because what he's supposed to strategize is that YNW Melly is a part of the Bloods, and that he knows so much knowledge and information on the Bloods that, hey, bro, we got to go with what he says. But just like we seen in the YSL trial, these cats don't know nothing. We seen Beltnat call DAMU, Damu. If you any type of red team member, anything like that, you don't say Damu. It's Damu, you moron. I'm still pissed behind that. But, you know, I just watch gangs off of TVs and stuff like that. And I'm from California, so I get to read literature. I don't know. Me personally, I'm not a part of no gang. I've never associated with gangs. I've been a civilian my whole life. But from what I read from a bunch of literature and seeing certain things and listening to certain music, even I know with my civilian self that, hey, bruh, that ain't it. This right here looks like a freaking witch hunt. But let me know your thoughts on this one, man. This that exclusive, baby, from Bryson Boom Paul, man. If y'all want to, man, go look him up on X, a.k.a. Twitter. Give him a follow, man, and tell him Seti Nash sent you. I'll catch you on the next one, which is in the morning. Y'all let me know what time y'all want to for the ASAP Rocky video to drop, because I think I should drop it at 9 o'clock Eastern. That's 8 o'clock like Texas, Oklahoma, that's Central, and that's 6 o'clock in the morning West Coast time. I think that's when I should drop it, but y'all let me know your thoughts on that one.